Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great today. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I spent some time alone, some time with my family, some time in nature, just filling myself up spiritually, whatever. I hope you enjoyed yourself too. Um, so I wanted to, you know, touch on this because it's something that I still sometimes forget, but the good thing about where I'm at right now is I'm quickly able to identify it and, just stop it. And I'm referring to, when we ask for certain things, such as, like it could be in a positive way. Let's say that you say, God, please help me get this home, I really need it for whatever reason. God help me, get money. I need it for whatever reason. When you start asking for certain things, that's implying that you're lacking it. And, we have to start really understanding how the universe works. And the universe, is if you start asking for certain things, it's just automatically going to know that you don't have those things, you know and so it's going to continue. You may continue to not have those things. It's not until you actually give in and you start pretending at least that you do have those things, or at least just being grateful, as I have mentioned before, for the things that you do have, so that you can have more things to be grateful for. The universe is very smart. God is very smart. God knows what you need and what you want, you know um and sometimes we're not always gonna get what we want at the time that we feel we need it, you know because there's a lot of stuff in the background going on that God knows. We may not, but God does. And you may be asking for a home that you feel that you really really need right now, but who knows if maybe that's not the best move for you for now. So, like I have mentioned before, just show gratitude for the things that you have right now, because God, the angels, ancestors, they're all working in the background, even when we don't see it. And as long as we're doing our best to be the best we can be in this society, everything will align for you, as it's meant to be, and at the right time. So divine timing. So don't get discouraged if I go through this still. you know I feel like I'm doing the best to do the work, and called for me to do by God. And there are times, where everything falls on top of me, and I see it as a way, like as a test to see if I'm really like where I need to be. For example, and I have no shame in this, but for example, right? I don't know what in the world is going on, which I need to take some time and really, really, really review my stuff. But I'm having like, all these bills left and right coming out of nowhere, especially from the IRS. And, they're very high bills. So, this started coming in at a time where I've been the most positive, and where I feel like I'm doing the most I've ever done to be a positive contributor to the world, right? But like I said, with my with my time and everything I have learned, I've been able to just relax myself and not get overwhelmed or discouraged or anything like that, because I know there are greater things in the background that I don't see, you know and I know that God is going to be there for me and provide for me. My money comes from God, not from any other source. So, it's like God knows my heart, God knows what I want, God knows what I need. And I have faith that everything will always work itself out. Of course, I have to do my job and see what's going on and things like that, but I'm not worried, you know and not being worried helps me out a lot, because when we start worrying, we also put a block on the blessings, because we keep kind of in a way affirming, I don't have this, I don't have this, I lack, I lack, I lack. And we are in that lack mentality, which is what really messes us up. So we have to have that faith. It's so, so, so important. We have to have the faith that everything will work out. And this is not the first time I go through something like this, you know, and it has always worked out for me, even when I did worry. But, you know, when I was worrying, you know, it's like worrying is not going to fix anything. If anything, it's going to delay the blessings that are meant for you. All right. I believe in my heart that we're not meant to suffer. I believe in my heart that we're not, you know, we're meant to be happy. We're meant to be human beings. So we are meant to be, you know, and by being, you know, you have to. It's a form of freedom. If you can just simply be, even if you're still working, you know, still have your responsibilities and everything like that. But if you're able to mentally just be, you know, everything will align for each and every one of us. No exceptions. As long as we're all doing the work, everything will work out for each and every one of us. All right, no matter how messed up you think you are or anything like that, if you really find it in your heart to become a better person, all the doors will open for you. And you know, I really always encourage you guys to keep holding that faith and make it stronger and stronger every single day, because your blessings will come, if not right now, in divine timing. But give it some time. All right, have faith. No matter how much your world is crumbling, everything will be okay. All right, and no matter what we're going through, as long as we're doing our best, this too shall pass. All right, so I don't want to make this video too long. I didn't really have a topic to talk about too much, but you know, because I was going through this thing right now, you know, I don't know, I reminded myself to just take it easy, relax, remember that God got me and he got you too. All right, no matter what. You know, when I decided to leave my kid's father, you know, for my own reasons, of course, he wasn't happy with it. I completely get it. Completely. He wasn't happy with it. And, you know, he was upset with me and everything like that. I give it to him, you know. But one thing I was proud of myself that I did was that I encouraged him to continue having faith, even if he probably didn't want to hear from me. I said, God led me to this, you know. I had to do what I had to do, and God will always continue blessing me, just how he will bless you too. You know, no matter what he was going through, I knew God was gonna have his back. You know, maybe we didn't work out as a couple, but I know he's a kind-hearted person. You know, I've seen him in action. So I know in my heart that God was never going to let him down. All right? And I really feel like that was the best thing for both of us. You know, even for him. I've seen such an incredible change in him. You know, even if he may not like see me like the greatest person yet, because he doesn't understand my choices, you know, but I've seen the growth in him. I see that he keeps becoming an even more amazing person every day. And I think that's so beautiful. And you know, and many may not see him like a great person or whatever, because a lot of people see me as a victim, which I'm not. You know, he was a victim as well of, you know, all that has been thrown at us, especially in America. You know, our food, our communities, you know, conditioning, the programming. You know, it's like America ain't for the faint of heart, you know. And I am so, like, so happy. I'm so happy that, you know, even though this may have been a very dark moment for him, you know, when everything crumbled in his world, um, but he made the best out of it. And so by that, what I'm trying to say is, like, no matter where you think you are or what anybody else thinks of you, you are still a divine, loving child of God. All right? And if you open up your heart and you treat others with love and respect, as He wishes all of us to do with each other, all the doors will open for you. Just don't lose faith. You know, don't get discouraged. Things will come when they need to come. All right? Don't blame anybody for your life or anything like that. Just work on yourself. All right? Sometimes being in the victim mentality really, like, it slows our process and it slows our growth. So rather than blaming anybody, just focus on how you can make your life much better. All right? Everything will work out. And that's what I have for that. But something just came to my mind right now that I did have in mind over the weekend to discuss. And this is mainly, you know, mainly for ladies, because I personally see it more with women, but I know it doesn't only apply to women. So this applies to men as well. But this is, you know, relating to, you know, when we break up with someone and there are children involved, a lot of the times, you know, women that may have been dependent on a man, you know, for whatever reason, or vice versa, but, you know, let's keep it simple. If a person's depending on another and they leave them for whatever reason, you know, especially if it's for protection or whatever, you know, there's always going to be a little fear of, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? You know, and a lot of people resolve this by putting the other parent on, like, child support and things like that. And I completely get that, 100%. You know, we should help each other out, no matter if we're together or not, to raise our children, right? Because we both created the children. But I will tell you this: the system here, especially in America, is not fair. Especially with men. Honestly speaking, this system is not designed especially for men, you know. And I am not here to destroy nobody's life. I'm just here to live a peaceful life. And unfortunately, if we put, you know, the other parent on child support, you know, that can really destroy their life. You know, they, like I said, it's just an unfair system, you know. And I feel, I've never ever thought of that. I never thought of actually putting my kid's father on child support or anything like that, because what I mainly want from him is to be my children's life, so that they can have a chance of saying, you know what, my parents don't live together or anything like that, but my dad and my mom love me. They both show me equal love and support, you know, and they're there for me. And I personally feel that if I would have put him on child support, it may have put a little, you know, it would have brought more drama, gotten in the way of their relationship, you know. And we don't want that, you know. And a lot of people will tell me, yeah, well, you need help, you know. And yes, I have needed the help very much, but I always got every single thing that I wanted and I needed, because God provided it for me. Okay? So if it's in your capacity to do what you have to do for your child, just know that God is going to be there for you. Try to stay a little bit away from, you know, going through court systems and things like that, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect your child, you know. And, you know, some women, some people, not just women, some people also do it just because, I don't know, maybe the other parent has moved on, That's not fair to the child either. You know, it brings too much drama. If they want to be with somebody else, goodbye. Let it be. Even better, it shows you that they're not for you. All right, that God has something better for you. All right. Another reason might be, you know, well, I don't even know. I don't even know. But, you know, I just encourage you that if you're able to, just hold on tight. Just make sure that that other parent is, you know, trying their best to be there for their children. And even if you see, you know, my kid's father has had his moments where he's going through things, and he may not be around too much. You know, it'll go 1, 2, 3 weeks without seeing my son at least, or whatever. And I don't even fight about it. I don't. Because I am human too. I know and understand that we go through things, a lot of mental things. A lot of the times when the other parent that doesn't live with the kid, you know, they're going through things, they just can't deal with certain things, you know. Let it be. Let it be. You do what you gotta do for your kid. All right. And by you not being on top of them and stuff like that, it will allow them time to heal, time to go through whatever it is that they're going through. And eventually they will realize, damn, my child needs me. Okay. And if they don't get to that point, then maybe it's even better for the child. Okay. But in my situation, you know, he is around, he does see the children and everything like that, you know, but sometimes he doesn't come around, you know, for some time. And I always notice when he's going through things, and I let it be. I don't be on his butt, you know, saying you this, you that, blah blah, this is that. You understand? We all got things that we deal with, all of us. And, you know, like I said, if it's truly about the child, give everybody time and space, and let everything calm down. And if they are really about the child, they will come around, you know. And that's something else I'm very proud of him. He always comes through. Even if he has his moments, he always comes through, you know. So I encourage you, the ones that don't live with your children, don't forget your children. It's okay to go through things. All right. It's okay, you know. Forget what anybody's saying to you. Forget what you gotta, you know. God got you. God, if you're trying to do the right thing, God is gonna guide you. God is gonna take care of you. God will provide for you. Okay. He will open the doors for you. All right. I know sometimes it's not easy dealing with certain parents. I get that. All right. But don't ever stop trying. Ever. It doesn't matter who you gotta deal with. Don't ever stop at least trying. Eventually, things will settle and justice will come. All right. So please be in your children's life as much as you can. All right. Don't focus on what's going around. Don't focus on who's dating who. Don't focus on this and this and that. All right. Do the right thing, and God will open the doors for you. Our children need both parents. Maybe not under the same roof. All right. Especially if there's arguments and things like that, because that's not healthy for anybody. Not for you, not for them, not for the child especially. All right. Our children need us because we need a better tomorrow. So please be in your child's life, and let's try our best to work as best as possible with each other to make this happen, even if you're not together anymore. All right. I hope you guys take this, you know, in a positive way, because my intention is, you know, is with a good heart. It is. I had the best intentions by saying these things. All right. And, you know, yeah, Let's just be the best that we can be with ourselves and with others. Take care, guys. I love ya. And I'll see you mañana.